trapped on the haunted cruise. It was supposed to be the vacation of a lifetime. Olivia boarded the luxury cruise ship Elysium with dreams of sunlit decks, gourmet dining, and endless entertainment. But as the ship departed the harbor and ventured into open waters, an unsettling chill seemed to settle over her. On the second night, Olivia wandered through the lower decks, hoping to escape the crowded upper levels. The corridors were eerily silent, the faint hum of the ship's engines the only sound. She passed rows of closed cabin doors, their brass numbers gleaming dimly under flickering lights. She was about to turn back when a faint melody caught her attention. It was a haunting tune, played on an old piano. Curious, Olivia followed the sound to a grand ballroom, its once opulent chandeliers dim and coated in cobwebs. The air smelled of mildew, and the floorboards creaked beneath her feet. At the far end of the room sat an antique piano. A woman in a tattered evening gown played, her back to Olivia. The music was mesmerizing, but something about the woman's stillness unnerved her. "Excuse me," Olivia said hesitantly. The music stopped abruptly. The woman turned slowly, revealing a face pale as death with hollow eyes that seemed to peer into Olivia's soul. Olivia stumbled backward, her heart racing, but the woman disappeared into thin air before her eyes. Terrified, Olivia fled back to her cabin, locking the door behind her. She tried to convince herself it was just her imagination, but sleep eluded her. Throughout the night, she heard faint whispers outside her door and the sound of footsteps pacing back and forth. By morning, Olivia was determined to leave the lower decks. She headed for the dining hall, but the ship felt strangely deserted. The once vibrant crew and passengers seemed to have vanished. Her unease grew as she wandered aimlessly, finding no one. She eventually reached the bridge, hoping to find the captain. The door was slightly ajar, creaking as she pushed it open. The control room was empty, the instruments blinking and beeping, with no one to tend to them. A logbook lay open on the captain's desk. Olivia flipped through its pages, her hands trembling. The entries detailed strange occurrences, passengers hearing voices, seeing apparitions, and disappearing without a trace. The last entry read, "The ship is cursed. We should never have set sail. If anyone finds this, may God help you." A sudden bang startled her. Olivia spun around to see the ghostly woman from the ballroom standing in the doorway, her gown now soaked as if she had just emerged from the ocean. "Why are you here?" the woman whispered, her voice echoing unnaturally. I don't know," Olivia stammered, backing away. The woman's hollow eyes bore into her. "You must leave or you will join us." Before Olivia could respond, the ship lurched violently, throwing her to the floor. The lights flickered and died, plunging the room into darkness. When they came back on, the woman was gone. Olivia ran, her only thought to find a way off the cursed vessel. She reached the lifeboats, but they were all missing, as if torn away by some unseen force. The ocean around the ship was unnaturally still, the water black and glassy, reflecting the ominous sky. She heard a low, mournful wail rising from the depths of the ship. Against her better judgment, Olivia followed the sound, descending into the engine room. The air grew colder with each step, her breath visible in the dim light. The wailing grew louder, interspersed with guttural whispers. The engine room was vast and shadowy, filled with machinery that seemed long abandoned. In the center of the room stood a group of shadowy figures, their forms flickering like static. One figure stepped forward, its face indistinct but